So one day, me and Chris went on a walk and he told me that we're gonna go to New York Comic Con.
I wanted to bring something really, really big, and I knew that it was gonna take a lot of money, it was gonna take a lot of effort, and I figured it would take a lot of time.
And while we were brainstorming, we were pitching these ideas back and forth to each other. We said, well, we can't do Statue of Liberty, that's been done before. And then I jokingly said, let's put Gastley in an apple costume, or make him with like an apple on his shirt or something stupid like that.
When we go on these walks, we talk about all the different aspects of Gastley and Mischief toys and kind of brainstorm ideas, things that we can do.
We realized that we can't go to New York Comic Con with an apple on Gastley's t-shirt. We were trying to think of something New York City related, and that's so hard to do because you have pizza. I mean, is he gonna be holding a pizza slice? But then that's a new mold, so that's more money, right? And then Chris turned to me and he said,
I had mentioned that I wanted to do a gargoyle.
And I said, how are we gonna do that with the existing mold? We have like 5 or 6 months max to get this here to us. And the original figures took over a year to produce. He said, F it, we're doing a new mold.
And Heather was shocked, and she did not want to do it. She thought that it would be way too expensive, it would be way too much for us to do this early on, because it took forever for us to get the original Gastley, and the original Gastley itself was not very cheap.
And I was terrified because that's a lot of time, it's a lot of money, and on top of that, we had such a limited time frame to get them over here to us from overseas. I just thought it would be totally impossible.
So when I came up with this larger than life idea, Heather wasn't totally on board until we finally sat down and I drew this really horrible picture. But Heather could see what I was talking about. We passed it on to our artist, and the artist rendered it, and it looked awesome. And at that point, I think we knew we had to do this. We couldn't go to New York Comic Con, one of the biggest cons in the world, without something that basically says we are here.
When we first got the original Gastley sent to us, it took like 2 months or something crazy for them to go on a boat all the way here. We didn't have a 2-month time frame. We made the decision to spend a ton of money to get them flown over so that we would have them in time. It was like 5 times more expensive than it would have been putting them on a ship. And putting that many figures on a ship is expensive in itself. So imagine the cost of putting that many figures on a airplane to get them to us in 5 days.
I didn't want to go there with just a regular little Gastley painted green or painted blue. I wanted to go there and I wanted to blow people's minds.
It was totally worth it.
This figure just looks so incredible. And when you see it, it yells New York. And that's probably my favorite thing about this particular figure that we're dropping.
These things are awesome, and I'm so excited to see what everybody has to say about them.